Howdy.
Howdy. Yeah, if the intro seemed a little odd today, it's because I didn't hit the freaking go live button. Hit the first one, not the second one. Oops.
It's not like I haven't effed up a couple of beginnings.
Yeah, well,
Bunch of them.
We're here.
I'm drinking coffee. I don't know what that puts me as, like I forgot about morning.
I'm drinking coffee too.
Yeah, I didn't feel like drinking anything else.
Out of my Florida cup.
I'm in my Caribou. This has to do with function more than anything.
All right. Eden Blossom is there, Yellow Rose, and Jim Strowning. Howdy, fellas. So this is probably one of our lesser prepared streams because
stuff happens, man.
Shit hit the fan this weekend. Hope everybody had a good and safe Labor Day weekend. I know you did.
I'm safely off the road. It was actually a good day on the road. There was not a lot of traffic the direction I went, and which made things a lot less exciting, which is good. So I've had a bunch of crap on my mind, but I didn't fly at all this weekend.
Well, I had every plan of flying this weekend, and then stuff happened, and we had a bunch of wind first half of the weekend, a bunch of rain the second half of the weekend, and today we had some serious flooding here in San Antonio.
My dad sent a message to me, and he was talking about they've had 60, 70 mile an hour winds. This is in back when I go for the summer. And he said that the rain was coming so hard that it blew it sideways under the eaves and into the house. So they got water damage from sideways rain, and it wasn't, now this is a 150-year-old farmhouse, and it wasn't in the old part. It was the new addition that they just put on that got all the rain damage. Isn't that crazy? You think, oh, it's going to be the old part of the house. No, there's a reason why the 150-year-old house is there.
150 years, they still know how to.
Yeah, my grandpa, I guess, told my dad one time, he said, yeah, back in the 40s, it got hit with a 90 mile an hour windstorm because they used to have a windmill up there, blew the windmill over, and it blew the roof off the back of the house. And then he told my dad, when he was younger, he says, we already had the storm of the century. In your lifetime, you're never going to see a storm like that. He says that's what he remembers about that. His dad telling him, yeah, you'll never see another storm that's going to blow wind like that. But it did. It did. So it can happen again. But it's a handyman's house, so he will fix it.
Here's some footage from our local news station.
Wow, now that's real flooding. Is that your truck driving by there?
Nope.
I handed my camera to somebody.
I wouldn't be dumb enough to jump in a truck when the water is that freaking deep.
Yeah. People forget,
I saw on the interstate, up here at 35, water was up to the top of the center divider. I've seen it once like that before. That was back in 98 when we had a big flood here. But yeah, it is absolutely insane the amount of rain that we get.
Oh man, trying to. We did finally get the Pavo 25 in the air with the reboot. So what happened? I do have goggle footage of that, but I haven't been able to fly with the new camera. I was going to throw the Go 3S on it and fly it. So that's still to come. So we do have a functional Pavo 25 it's V2, but I'm going to call it the Pavo 25 V3 because it's not a
Four and a half.
yeah, it's not a Pavo 25 V2 anymore. It's something else.
Yeah, it's a Pavo V 1.2.
Yeah, I flew with an 850, which worked well. I was not very good flying it. It just was very uncomfortable because of there's just a lot of stuff that was the tuning on it was just different. I wasn't ready for the tuning, even though it flew great. I mean, it popped really good. I was flying also with the goggles 2 and the goggles and then the controller 2. I haven't flown FPV with the controller 2 in a while, and I think it needs a little. And I'm used to flying with with the X Flight. So,
well,
there's a difference flying with the 2 controllers. They are just a little bit different.
We're seeing some Neo footage.
Neo.
Leaked.
Yes, we got real Neo footage.
And Matt's Tech put out this thing about the manual on the Neo, which is available now too, and manual mode, and how you only can have manual mode on a Neo with the controller 3. Okay.
And it's a modified manual, right?
No, it's not modified manual.
Okay. There's nothing that it's typical manual. You just have to be careful.
It doesn't have any other. I mean, it's full manual, right?
Okay. But it's 2S full manual.
You can't get full manual unless you have the controller 3. You cannot go on a full manual on that RCN3 controller. Okay. So my question is, the RC controller 3, FPV 3, whatever you want to call it, only works through the goggles because it has a Bluetooth link to the goggle, and the goggle do the talking to the Avata too.
Right.
But how does it work with the Neo?
Right.
Does that mean you also need the goggles 3 in order to use the controller 3?
Yeah, that's not what I heard. I heard the same thing. I was thinking the same thing, that he didn't say anything about. He said goggles, and he said we didn't know if that meant goggles 3 or if it was going to be they're going to pop some goggles off and add another $200 to the cost. A lot of surprises. I can't imagine that the goggles 3 wouldn't fly it. So, because if you can fly it with the controller 3, then the goggles 3 have to be in the picture. Unless they got some kind of interesting arrangement.
Yeah, and I thought that the controller 3 was Bluetooth and into the goggles.
Right. Unless it's a Bluetooth connection and it isn't a very good one. No,
well, I saw Bluetooth connection won't reach very far.
Right. I don't believe that because, well, there's been some of the things that I've seen, and maybe that was the N3 controller. So anyway, there's still questions to be answered that we are not fully understanding yet. In the video that Jasper Ellens put up, it was garbage video. It was compressed 4K dark. It really looked like one thing about the half-inch sensor people have to know is you're not going to, at least what I'm thinking here, because you're not going to get that depth that you're seeing with the 1/1.3 images that we're getting accustomed to. I noticed that the darker parts of the footage are dark, and that's what happens with a low light on a cheaper sensor. It has a tougher time getting uh, uh, contrast in the dark areas because it doesn't have that, you know, that, you know,
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna add this thing
HD.
in here because here's the
Yeah, that's what I
manual.
read there exactly.
Manual mode, classic FPV air control mode was the highest maneuverability. In manual mode, all flight assistance functions, including precise hovering and auto brake, are disabled, and proficient control skills are required.
Remote control device.
And then manual mode is only supported when using the DJI FPV Remote Controller 3, and the throttle stick can also be adjusted. Refer to the DJI Remote Controller and user manual, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, this one has me puzzled a little bit. Because if it only works with the controller 3, but the controller 3 only communicates through the goggles with the Avata 2, how does it work on this thing?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I think you kind of answered your own question. It can't be Bluetooth. It has to be goggle control because the N3 is not it's not going to run on Bluetooth. The N3 is a Wi-Fi, 5,
well,
G.
unless the N3 controller, you can link the FPV controller 3 to the N3 controller and carry the signal that way.
Where couldn't your phone maybe? No.
Well, your phone would go onto the N3.
Right. So your phone's
You
connected
cannot connect the phone straight to the controller 3.
Oh, that's right. You can't get the phone through the Neo unless you're going through the controller 3, the N3 controller.
N3, yeah.
Let me tell you something. We are freaking experts of DJI that we can say any of this shit because it's that freaking confusing. But yeah, so we're saying is you could use the controller 3 as a hub. The N3 controller
as a hub.
N3, yeah.
If you can use the controller N3 as a hub.
But
That's
hey,
it.
you saw I can't wait for Mads Tech to look on the inside of that image because they showed the breakdown.
Yeah.
And he's the only one that can kind of put
Make
the
heads and tails what
right
we're
of
looking at.
what
Yeah.
kind of chip arrangement, because he recognizes the sizes of the chips. Even if you can't see usually the actual chip markings, he usually can kind of dissect the type.
No, he definitely knows how to.
Be interesting. That's got. I bet you he does a special on that because that's right down his. Unless he doesn't, he's just going to wait for the release because then he can verify it. Because he'll get high resolution images.
Yep. Anyway, yeah, this is the one thing that made me go,
Yeah.
How does this work, and how's this going to work out? Because if you got to buy the freaking goggles 3 and the controller 3 is what, $150, $140? What's the price on that thing now?
Well, you're going to buy the Neo pack with the controller. That's $325. That's assuming that's the fly more cost. We don't know really. They're thinking $199 and then $399. There's some numbers missing there in that calculation. we're still, and then tomorrow we've got GoPro coming out. Squirrel.
Yep. We got more shit coming out. Let's see, where's the controller 3?
Trying to empty out
So the controller 3 is $199.
let's see here.
So if you already have the Avata, you probably be set for the Neo. But if you don't have the Avata 2, then you kind of screwed on the Neo. Which, I mean, wouldn't be first time that DJI decided to keep, nothing compatible with anything.
At least we're going to get a.
Can you buy just the drone and batteries? That
I
is
think
an
so.
excellent question. That was something that was brought up.
A drone only package. It sounds like it's possible. Like the number I heard was $199 for drone only. That probably just comes with a drone and a battery. It doesn't come with a battery pack. I know I'm going to get stuck with the drone, the batteries, and then the N3 controller, because that's how I'm probably going to buy it. I'll buy the Fly More kit all at once so I can get a feel for the, whatever that is. I've already, the flight footage that you saw flying, that was probably an N3 flight because the way it was flying. You could see there was no gimbal stability going side to side. So so you could tell when you turn left and right, that's where your third axis is on the gimbal. I noticed that right away because that's exactly how the Spark flew. That's what the footage looked like. So you have to turn it down to the Cine, and then that would allow for the optical stabilization to catch up, so it looks smooth. But what's cool is if you can fly it in manual with all the stabilization off, which sounds like it will be able to do, then you can gyroflow stabilize it and it'll look great. It'll be 4K 60 with gyroflow, which is that's what we're looking at right now it'll be more like the 03. It probably won't be as good as, well, maybe as good as the 03. I don't know. The 03 is a step down from the Avata. The Avata cameras of 1/1.3, and the 03 is not. I don't know if it's half inch though. That's all stuff that we're going to be learning. I think with all my extra energy, Kai, I'm going to redo my room again here. It's just getting.
You got that much energy?
I got so much crap in here. There's crap everywhere. It's all over the place. Got to clean it up. I did put my Osmo Action on there. I'm trying to get $100 for it. Hopefully I can get that out. Osmo Action, Pocket 2. All going down the river. The one thing, I was messing around today and I was looking at Pocket 3 footage. I've been really looking hard for a camera right now because I'm so bored. So I've probably watched 300 camera videos, Sony camera videos. And once again, I'm down a rabbit hole, just like I was with Cinewhoops. I can't make a decision. I really don't want to make a decision because what I came to the realization is if I was looking at my old footage from the summer with the Pocket 3 and all the shots that I took, I'm like, why do I want another camera when I'm getting footage like this with the Pocket 3? I literally just kind of stopped in my tracks. And I mean, I'm getting bokeh in the background. I'm getting good like focus, and autofocus is great. Getting great 4K. Anyway, my brain's a mess right now. Then we got 2 action cameras, and I haven't bought a camera that's it hasn't been a DJI camera for a long time, so I don't know if it's possible for me to buy a GoPro at this point. Not a $500 GoPro. It'd have to be the most amazing GoPro ever in history. It'd have to be better than your camera that you're using right now for your, which is not. You're using a 1-inch camera right now.
Yep.
And those Sony cameras with that. And then you think, okay, GoPro, Sony, GoPro, Sony, back and forth, back and forth. That's what my head does. And then the ZV1, the ZV10 version 2 comes in my head. The ZV1F. Oh my gosh. I got more crap than you, Dad. You inside of your room. Yeah, this room is, I got to do some stuff in it. I think my big gold chair's got to come out. The big gold chair I never sit on.
The one behind you there?
Yeah, that huge chair. It's so much too big. It's like a small couch. It could be good if it was against the wall, then it would be fine. That means I got to get rid of the freaking black things.
Okay, move the black things out on either side and put the chair in the middle.
There's a lot of things that I could probably do. I like the storage that those
I say get a chainsaw. We'll cut a hole in a wall and recess it. and let me know how your wife liked that.
I wish I could just combine this room here with the garage, because this is actually its own space. Just put a dormer, go straight into the garage, take the roof off. That would really give me a lot of space up here.
Yeah. I'm sure your wife will be all sorts of happy for you to put that plan into motion.
Or I could move my office to one of the larger bedrooms. She'd hate that one too. Don't you have enough space? No.
We got a new arrival here, Tommy B FPV.
Hey, how you doing?
Tommy B FPV. We need to do something with them.
What is moving right now?
I don't know.
I'm trying to move a file. I want to cancel that. It's like it's moving the whole drive. Okay.
Hey, where you at, Tommy? Tommy is recovering from castle crash. Whatever castle crash is.
It must be
no, castle crash wasn't an FPV meet.
Was it? Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds like it was probably a fun one too. UK? That'd be the only place I'd find a castle. Let us know, Tommy. Where was that sucker at, man? Recover from the castle crash. He probably had a couple of crashes at the castle. That would be a fun place to do a drone meetup in a abandoned castle. You have to know who owns the land. Otherwise, you're freaking running into a national landmark. But a lot of those are owned privately. They're on private land.
So I sold my Beta FPV Tiny Whoop.
Mm-hmm.
And now the guy is texting me, well, how do I bind this to Express LRS?
Oh boy.
Yeah. So
Does it have an Express LRS built into it?
yeah, it's built onto the.
Right. But
He
didn't
says,
you have it
Castle
working?
Crash was epic. You want a tour wall back. Well, good for you.
Castle Crash was epic.
The other seems to think it was in North Carolina, somewhere
Ah,
in that area.
I could just look it up. All I have to do is do a search. I could probably solve that problem. Goggles 3. Oh. Ooh, that's a good video. Got to keep that one. That was a stick rates video I did. That's got great footage. I've got
See,
all of
that's
the
what you need. Hess and Hers Homes.
isn't her homes. So it's possible. You just get a
Buy up the neighbor.
well, it's possible. You just have to buy 2 adjacent lots.
Well,
The
yeah.
problem is lots
You
are so
just,
damn expensive.
I mean, you already get your in-laws on one side. Buy the neighbor on the other side,
He's got a big old house there.
and
That's
then you put a we'll call it the random compound.
his house has got some water issues in its basement. I don't want that house. He's got a basement where you shouldn't have a basement, and then you'd have to fix the water problem. You'd have to go back, take the whole front grade down, re-waterproof it, put a drain field in it. It's no way. Not, and then the house is $1 million. Forget that.
Come on,
He
that's
seems to be
something for you.
he seems to be doing fine. I'm not doing that. I would sell my house and then move to a neighborhood closer to a golf course and buy 2 lots next to each other on the same grade with really small yards. And there you go.
That's what you need, a house on a golf course.
Not on it. I actually want to be closer to the BLM land, which is close to the golf course. There's a lot of these developments are now backed up to public land, which is freaking awesome. That means your backyard is never going to have a house in it because it's owned by the federal government. And Steve would love that.
Because we know the federal government never sells anything.
Yeah, they trade land a lot of time. A lot around here, that's what they do. Is they trade one piece for another piece. Yeah, and it'd be behind your house.
Yeah, let's trust the federal government not to sell the land behind your house.
Yes, they do. They do pull that. They do.
Yeah,
they do pull that shit every so often.
No, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Let's see here.
So yeah, no, I'm done with the tiny whoops. I'm not messing with that crap anymore.
Too small. They're too hard to work on. They're teeny.
Yeah.
Philip Cat. Hey, we got Philip. He's lurking around.
Philip Cosat. Howdy. And James Baraka made it in. So yeah, no, I'm working. Never a dull moment, because I got rid of the 75 and now I have some of these 85 frames laying around, and I'm like, maybe I can do something with that. And I did have this flight controller laying around, and actually fits on here.
Oh yeah.
Problem
frame.
is, I don't have the proper motors for this.
So that's an 80. So how is that just a teeny
It's
bit smaller?
that's an 85. So this is a
Okay,
little
80.
bigger. This is going to be this will be a 2-inch whoop.
So it'd be but it's a little bit bigger than a proper 2-inch.
Well, it's going to have 2-inch
85.
props on it.
Yeah. This is where I got to go
This
here.
this would be a 2S or a 3S.
This is where I got to start thinking. Okay, 80 is. That's pretty small.
Yeah, it is small. It is small.
85.
This
You
thing
said
is about
85.
80. This thing is about 87 or 88 if you
Okay.
actually measure it.
My 2-inch still hasn't been delivered, or hasn't been. I mean, it's going to take a month.
Well,
Did you
this
get your stuff?
is this will fly on 2-inch prop, so this should be about the same size as your little Pavo thing that you get.
Yeah, the Pavo's a Pavo 25, so it's
Well, the thing is, I do have some motors laying around, but these are
Yeah.
1206s.
Yeah,
And
those
they're
are close to
supposed
the
to
ones
have like an 1103. So I was thinking
Let's see what they look. Yeah, let's see what they look like on there.
Yeah, this would be a little bit of a feat to get these things in here. But it could, nothing is impossible. But it's a little too tall.
Yeah,
For the guard. So the motor.
it's okay.
I have the prop here.
I'd just go buy the 85 frame of Beta.
Well, I got this is an 85 frame.
It's the same as the one the Gepard. Is that the Gep? What is that?
But you see how high that prop sits in that hole?
Yeah, a little too high. Not that it's not terribly high, but it's sticking out.
Yeah,
It'd be hard to land it. You just have to land it.
Well, I mean, this would fly this way up. So.
Oh, that's true. It's got okay. So it's a pusher, or it's a proper. It's not a pusher.
So here's my thing. Okay, these are 1206 motors. They can go up to 3S. The flight controller on here is a 3S flight controller. It does 15 amp. These have 10 amp. So we can use the flight controller was this motor. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I just need a freaking frame to put all that. Do I try to shoehorn this thing in here? Or do I buy the freaking Cinehawk mini frame? Because that's like $40 for that frame. And I slap Walk Snail mini VTX on it. That could be a fun little project. Well, I'll spend $40 on this thing and buy the motors that are supposed to go with this, and then fly this one 2S. But then I got to buy 2S batteries. Was a Cinehawk, I can put a 3S battery on it, and I already get the 3S batteries. So, Jackrabbit, howdy, fella. Did you hear from East Coast already? Apparently 2 of his motors already burned out.
Damn. He is rough. He is rough on his gear.
Yeah. Well, the problem is, it's such an old bird that getting replacement motors is going to be a little bit tricky.
Oh, I could easily lose a motor in what I just built. There's no question about it. I mean, that is a 4-year-old drone already, or a 5-year-old.
What motors does he have in here? 1206, 3600 kV. Can you even get the motors anymore? 1206. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. He's going to end up sticking a whole new set of motors in that thing.
Trying to talk to my wife at the same time here.
Not even AliExpress has those motors.
I'm trying to put I'm trying to look, I'm thinking of oh, what is that? Yeah. See, that would be good in a Gep RC frame. That's a 25 though. Cinnabot frame. The Cinnabot, you want to put the bigger ones in, like I have the lava ones. 12 whatever there. You're looking more like the Dark Star frame, huh?
I'm looking at the Cinnahawk Mini, the Emax.
Yeah, that's what you were trying. That's where I would probably go because it's it's what I should have done.
This one,
Right.
Cinnahawk Mini, 2.5 inch.
Well, then you can mount those motors nice and solid, and you don't have to. It doesn't have to be inside of that plastic compartment. I gotta get Emax on speed dial here. I don't even have them on speed dial. It's probably why I don't buy anything from them. I'm never looking at their stuff.
I might have to find out. Maybe I can shim this guard out from the plate that holds the motors to give it a little bit more depth for the taller motors.
So the Cinnahawk is still in pre-order, huh?
Depends on where you're looking. Some have them on pre-order and some already have it in stock.
Yeah, but that's pusher. So that's exactly like what I just built. Same size, but three.
Here's the in stock. This the power combo.
Yeah, 158. You can't beat that. For 158 bucks, you get pretty much a ready to fly drone with the LRS already built into it. And then you just throw
what's the old 3 unit on it? $470.
It's under 500 now with 03.
By the time you got tax on it, it's 500 bucks.
But it's self-reliant. You don't have to mount another camera on it. Yeah, the 03s, man, they're gonna, as long as people are, as long as people have goggles too.
I'm seriously considering sticking the.
You know what, Kai? You know what I was very pleased with is, when I was flying that beta FPV thing around my house, I got down below behind and back of my house with the old Vista. I got zero breakup. I didn't even get any kind of hiccups. And I was flying around the back, and then I went down really low. So I had the garage and the whole house between me and the drone. And I didn't get any garbage whatsoever. Very impressed. And that was old school. That was old school Vista. Very, very, I was more worried about my tired battery giving me some trouble, but it didn't give me that one's getting, and then I'm getting puffy batteries now. Frick. Batteries don't last you more than a year.
Well, old Eat More Possum just said he had 5 lipos charged for over a month. They are nice and puffy now.
Oh yeah, that's all it takes. Did you stick them in the fridge too? Might have been in the fridge, and my 850 is my R-Line 850 is starting to get a little bit of puff on it. It's not as it was nice and fit for a while there. Now it wasn't in storage.
You put them on storage voltage and stick them in a cool place.
Yeah, my big ones were put into storage mode, but my little ones, I thought I was going to fly it, and then shit happened, and then I worked on it, and we spent those couple of weeks, and they were fully charged still. I left town. I mean, too hard to manage. Somebody's got to invent a hobby grade battery like that where you can just will discharge itself.
I had one of my 6S 550s drop a cell on me, and I just let it go.
Yeah, just gotta drop it in the freaking salt bath and see you later. Yep. I probably am gonna have to retire a bunch of them in probably this winter. We'll see how they go. I'll fly them this winter and see what I can get out of them, because I'm gonna have a couple of these little cine whoops I'll be flying around, and we'll have a whole collection of little whippersnappers. I've had RDQ lipos that last years. That they probably don't have cheap ones. They probably sell good ones.
RDQ makes some pretty decent batteries. That they do.
Every time he says something, I'm going to the site. Like, okay, let's check out some batteries at RDQ. What I would be looking for are 7 or 850s. Maybe 7, probably 650 to 850. That range. 850 the highest. 4S. But I am going to be flying with the Pavo 20 Pro. That one flies 3S, so that one I can fly 1100s on or something. Those little tiny 3S 1100s, those would be good. Let's see here. Batteries, shop all. Batteries. Let's see what we got here. By cells, let's get some 4S. Let's see what we got here.
There we go. You want them cool, stored in a cool place. Actually, the best place to store your batteries is a wine fridge. That's not quite as cold as a regular refrigerator, but no, wine fridge, you bump it to about 45, 50 degrees, and that's where batteries go.
Just a nice, stable. See, here's an 1103. That's a 4S. Like, there's an XT30. I just found one. That's only 60C though. I probably could get away with 60C on a Cinewhoop, because I'm not going to be doing punch outs on it.
Yeah, Scott, it's Dusty. He's got some issues. What? Now, I told him to make sure it's not that he's not accidentally in turtle mode, but he said two motors quit working.
I just found some GNBs, 14 volt, let's see, 850s, 80C for $15.99. I think I'd rather have the longer ones. And the GMB 720s are the longer. Those are 100C. That'd probably be the better battery, but I would only get maybe a 4-minute flight, right?
Well, it depends.
And those are $15 too. So you can get, you get about three of those and cycle those for a while. Those are 720s, 4S 720s. There's my 850, my R lines. Those are $20. That's, that's a 95C. God, the picture even makes them look puffy.
R-line batteries are a really good battery.
Yeah, they're a good battery. That's the one I've got, but it wants to get puffy, but it's not puffy yet, not quite. So there's a good, Race Day Quads has got some good stuff in there. There's my 1500s, the CNLH X. There's the 6S. Oh, those are 4S. Let's see. Those are all 4S batteries that we're looking at here. Those are cheap batteries. Those black batteries. Get about 5-6 minutes out of those with 6S, which is pretty good, but not as good as the R-line.
You got to find that point on your battery. You got to find that point between too heavy and enough power.
And 850 is almost kind of heavy for the Cinewhoop. For the 2.5, it's very close. Because I have to think about putting a camera on now, because now I got to strap a little.
My preferred battery for 2.5-inch Cinewhoop is the Tattoo 750 milliamp.
I would agree. I would agree with that. That would give me a little bit of room for my camera.
You have to go to Tattoo
to get them. There's some 720s.
There's some other people that have them.
RDQ's got a 720 100C. Oh, this is a high voltage too. It's 15.2. I'm always afraid of the high voltage. I don't know if I trust them. So these are high voltage Whoop micro battery. So it's 720 high voltage. That gives you your 750. And the weight, let's see, what do they weigh? So those are $14.99. And those are 71 grams. So I'm at 177 plus 71. Oh my God, math. Let's see. That gets me 187. Then I got to add a camera to that. I'm going to have to weigh that out. It's going to be close. Has anyone ever built an RC boat? I have not. Don't buy pre-puffed batteries. Yes, the picture looks puffy. Then they don't lie. Then they say, hey, we showed you on the picture it was puffy. Didn't you see it when you bought it? Yeah, the long skinny 720s have been built for these Cinewhoops. They're low. You want the low CG batteries, the low center of gravity. The 850 is a little high, brings that weight up. So I printed a 33-inch boat. Need to know motor is and servo. 33-inch boat? I'm sure you printed that in pieces. Motor and servo, that can't be too hard. You know, you just get a
Well, I mean, you
just go buy an
basically
aileron. What?
you know, getting the motor and all that is all well and good, but you got to get some sort of drive shaft going there, and you got to feed it through the hole at some point.
Right. Then you got to seal it somehow.
And Kenny, place it here. Howdy, fella. I see you.
Lurking. Anything else that we've missed on our discussion? We really haven't talked about any cameras, so obviously you're not looking at that. Action 5 would be nice, but
right now the 750 is out of stock, even that tattoo.
That's the. Yeah, I got the 850 version of that.
And this weighs the same as the freaking 650 battery. I think the 650 is 82 grams and this one is 84 grams. Where's the 650? There it is. That's 6S4.
Let's see. Tattoo 750.
Yeah, 82 grams for the 650 and 84 grams for the 750.
What is it? 83, 84 for 7 for.
It's 82 for 650 and 84 for 750.
Yeah, there's a 650 here. That's 6S though.
Here's the 750 at 84 grams.
4S 650. Out of stock. Yeah, there's certain batteries that just people fly with. I mean, 650, 750, 850. Bang, bang, bang. $550s are just too weak. You don't get enough flight time out of them. Hardly pays to charge it up. Unless you're flying with that's a 6S 550. What the hell? 450. Yeah. Nope. This is just all miscellaneous.
Yeah. Get FPV usually carries the 750 4S too, but they don't have them in stock right now. Everybody's out, and even Tattoo is out of them. So
yeah. So you're looking for whatever stock somebody's got sitting around. That's when you go for the puffy.
And I got ones. That same 750 as a 3S battery, and that'll be for that little for whatever this project ends up to be.
Yeah, the only reason why, Jim, we're using those 4S batteries is that's just the way the 2025s they don't make a 6S for those. It's just too.
They do.
Okay. It's harder to find.
No, it's not. Race Day quads.
They make a 6S,
550 milliamp.
Well, no, I'm talking about
energy as a 4S 850.
No, I'm talking about a quad that flies with that. Little race ones, little. You wouldn't put that in a whoop anyway.
No.
Right? Yeah, you'd put it in a X frame or something so you can race it. You put it on something like that. Yeah, and then go. Yeah, you're 100 miles an hour, 2 seconds.
Or if it's Kelly flying, it's straight up in the tree. Yeah.
Straight in a tree.
I'll
Listening, Kelly?
I'll let Kelly fly the 6S 4-inch and went boom.
Into the power lines. Hey, there's a power line.
No, he didn't get as far as the power line. He just went straight up and in the tree.
Yeah, that little Cinehawk looks good.
Yeah, I think I'm going to order that Cinehawk frame and make it the 3S whoop. Because I've got all these extra parts laying around here that I'm not doing anything with, so I might as well do something with it, right?
Oh, that's right. The frame is shock mounted so they have they have it on rubber standoffs, so it can move with the battery. Shock absorbing. $469 for an 03 unit. Just too much. $500 for a can't do it. Can't do it. Especially when I can buy a Neo for $299. Which is basically going to be an 03. It's going to be an 03 Cinewhoop for $399 or $299? The Pavo Cinequeen, $850. But not a lot else getting anybody excited. Let me see if I can find let's see, Flywoo. There's your Flywoo Fly Lens 85 right there. $54 for the Flywoo Fly Lens frame. And that does have the plastic, the detachable plastic with the frame. And that's a $750. I think that's a 3S though, isn't it?
Well, I'm going to be building 3S.
Yeah. Let's see, 3 LRS 2.4, 290.
2S, Flywoo. Fly Lens?
Yeah, I think it's 3S. It's 2S?
They're all 2S.
I thought they made one of those fly in 3S. I thought that was the one that was 3S. I guess not. I guess we could fly it and get used to flying, and that would get us used to flying the Neo. Yeah, the frames are $499. The replacements $400. So it's $419 for 03 and that, and it's got the 2-bladed props. That's and 1480 kV. Yeah. It's gonna sound like that. I don't know what's going to be more annoying, hearing that sound on 47 different channels, including mine.
There was already some footage posted on the Neo West Sound. And this was no, that's supposed to be expected.
Yeah.
It's a 2S. It's a 2S quad. Yeah, they got to crank up the KVs on it.
The thing that's nice about that specific sound, if you get it away and you're not punching it, if you get it 50 feet away, it's hard to hear it. It's a high pitch. I mean, dogs are going to hear it a mile away, but human beings, we kind of, it blends in.
Just a good set of noise canceling earbuds. You don't hear anything.
Well, it's when people punch it, when you got it way in the air and you punching it.
A good quality noise canceling earbud. You don't hear nothing.
100 grams. But
yeah, 1003.
Yeah, 1003, 14 something kV. Let's see. DJI Air 3S. New drone could be launching sooner than expected as retail packaging.
Howie says you will not like the battery holder on the fly lines. Yeah, that looks like it's made for their batteries and nobody else's battery.
And it's hard to fly 2S. I mean, literally, you're on the throttle. I mean, if half, 3/4 throttle, just keeping it level. It's a different thing. That's why I like to go at least 3S, because if you're at 3S, you literally still get punch at 3S. You get nice little, I mean, you can gain altitude and get yourself out of trouble very quickly. You get a fence or a tree or a pole or something. You just need to get that little kick. You can kick out of it with 3S. With 2S, you're screwed. You kick it and face plant it. Yeah, he says you'll not. I'm not. I wouldn't buy the fly lens. I would have bought the fly lens probably a year ago. I'm not interested in 2S. I like, if I could have everything 4S and up, I would do that. To me, 3S is still kind of compromising my moral standards at this point in time in my life. It just sucks to have 3 different battery sizes. It's just nice to have 2. But the problem with getting up to 4S is you start walking into the XT60 category in your battery sizes. So you end up having to, to modify your batteries if you want to, but.
Well, let's completely change gear for a minute.
All right.
I sent you this earlier. We've got a remote ID module.
The Holy Tom, which is basically the Ruco. It's the same thing. It's just a
looks generic, just like Ruco, but
just a generic company.
$30.
Yeah, and that's a better deal. That's a better deal than the one that I had up, and so which was this one. There, I mean, I can show you the size difference of the two, so you can kind of see.
There's a lithium-ion battery and built in. Battery life of 5 hours.
Ruco, that's Holyton, same thing. But if you want to see the difference in the two, sitting them side by side, here they are right there.
Here, I may make you big for a second. There we go.
So there we go.
So that's the Roku, and what's the other one?
Holy Stone. That's Holy Stone.
There's the Holy Stone.
Yeah. If
I think they freaking misspelt this thing.
this one's 1442. We're talking like 1 gram. 1439 versus 1351. I mean, so it's 1 gram, you know. It's
the Roku
probably all
one,
the case. This is a bigger case, you know. Probably has a bigger battery too.
the Roku one is available at Amazon for $40, where the Holy Tone is $30. So
Holy Tone.
anyway,
Name. What's in a name?
Holy Tone, or whatever you want to call this. So
What's in a name?
But yeah, if you're an FPV and you need remote ID modules, the prices are finally down.
Yeah, $30. You can just keep reusing it, you know.
Yeah, unless you're a commercial flyer, then you have to have one for each.
Yeah, or you have to freaking every time you change drones, you have to freaking move everything around, and it's $5, $5.
And Fly Zone FPV, Mikey, howdy, feller.
Give me your $5. That's all they care.
So, but yeah, I thought it was something worth mentioning for some of the folks that need these things.
This is the mini. Here, let me show you this one. Save image as save. I'm going to share this with you. I think it's worth sharing because GoPro has done it again. They go to here. Let's see. Downloads. Let's open that with photos.
Yeah, while you do that, I'm gonna play this. This is the Neo footage that currently floating around.
Yeah, it's the shit show of. They just don't want
it. It's compression. I mean,
yeah, it's not the drone.
Link to that in the chat.
Yeah, that's not 4K footage. That's just it's compressed on Twitter / probably copied.
This is like 720 or something. Well, the stream brings it down to 720. My stream brings it down to 720.
Here's your next camera, Kai. I'm gonna show it to you.
Hold on. There we go. All right, what do we have? Yeah, no.
That's the new dinky GoPro. It's like one giant heatsink now.
Yeah, I don't even want to know what that thing weighs.
Yeah, it's got, who knows? It's probably lighter. But this is the new mini version. But that's the, you know, what was it? The GoPro 11 that did that, where they had the mini and the. But this, they took the screen off. They threw a heatsink on it. And I don't know what's in the back. I think there is actually a screen back there, but it's going to weigh a bunch. It's got to. There's no weight or anything. This is just an image that was on, you know, so.
Yeah, and those that keep track, Chuck and Lori are not currently in the U.S., so they're not going to join us today. They're on an island, and not a very exotic one either. They went to Iceland.
Oh, they're on Gilligan's Island, I was thinking.
No.
Iceland. No, that's an island. It's very close because Greenland's not an island, and neither is Australia.
Yeah, but Greenland is Danish.
Yeah. Billy Kyle.
You have no idea how big Denmark is until you get on the map and look what all belongs to Denmark.
looking to see if there's any more. If there's any more. Yeah, this is the Next Pro. Let's see, Fujifilm. This is the insides. This here, you can blow this one up. This would be a good one to look at. You could do it on yours too. This is the guts of the here. Let me share this here. This is the guts of the Neo guts. So that gives you an idea about what they stuffed in there. So it's every ounce of it's full. I mean, it's not there's no space.
Well, the ESC, the bottom part is the ESC.
Right here.
You can see where the motors are soldered on.
Yep.
So that whole back area there is ESC.
That's the control. That's the receiver. You don't think? GPS receiver. This looks a lot like when I used to take.
I think that is the power board, because I think that those taps right there are from the battery.
Right. You're right. That's the what is it supposed to be? It's supposed to be through 2S, but it's because it has another circuit to run the smart function.
Yeah, it's
yeah, that's all power.
Well, that's the power conversion. Then you got the ESC, and then
this is all heat sink here. I mean, these are all covered in paste, thermal paste, and they're trying to take heat away big time.
The GPS is going to be in the lid.
Yeah.
See that ribbon cable coming out of it?
Yeah, this is the bottom. So that would, you think that would be the top? Huh?
That's the top.
Oh, this is the top. So this has to be the GPS has got to be in here. That right there, maybe sticking out.
That could be a GPS. There's a plastic cover on there, so
right
where that ribbon cable pokes out. So there's a couple of things in the lid. No, all the way up front, that's where all the buttons are. So the GPS is going to have to be in the back. Because in the front, you got all the function buttons.
So the GPS has got to be under here somewhere.
Yep.
Pretty interesting.
So I'm guessing the antennas are, oh yeah, you see them right there on the left-hand side, just forward of the motor connections. You see the two antennas?
Yeah.
Well, two antenna connections. So they're going, and they're probably in the middle of the frame between the motors.
Yeah, no ST slot. No. You're looking at an 04 unit, though. No.
So,
yeah. There she blows. Yeah. I'm so sick of looking at that.
Okay. I don't know what you just did, but you did yourself away. Bye, Dad. Maybe he'll come back. Fucking technology, I tell you.
I'm so sick of looking at that I left the studio.
Push the old button and say, bye, Dad.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that button. I've done that several times. I'm trying to shut the freaking the sharing off, and I hit the leave studio button. It only says it.
Yeah, you have no SD card slot on that thing because it's only internal. Yeah. There'll be a Neo 2 coming out before long. Was an SD card slot.
A Neo 2, yeah. Neo S. The Neo S model.
So anybody watch the race on the weekend? Or am I the only one again? Ferrari won the race in Italy.
Ferrari did.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just football weekend. And it's all college and freaking so much football starting tomorrow or Thursday night. And it will be football but Ferrari got a
Okay,
win.
now why the hell do I call it football? Okay. I mean, everybody carries the freaking ball, so it should be handball. Okay.
Throwing and catching.
Yeah, so it's handball, not football. I mean, there are no feet involved unless you get a kicker and you have to, special order him in. What's up with that? Where soccer, actually, they use the feet. Okay, they have a round ball. They advance a little bit from that freaking goofy ass looking football thing. So yeah, I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense.
You can buy a Flywood Naked
And
03.
they have a ball that's not even shaped like a ball. Baseball, round. Softball, round. Volleyball, round. Basketball, round. Football, well, no.
Australia. Hey, they got the same problem. Rugby ball.
Well, they at least they call it rugby. They don't call it football.
All righty, Kai. It is time.
It is time.
It
Are
is
you
time.
are you getting your dinner bell already, Ron?
No, it's just time.
All right.
I have to go get my own dinner tonight, so I gotta go. I gotta get on the scooter and go to Jersey Mike's.
Oh yeah, you gotta take your hoverfly for a spin.
I'm afraid I'm going to get hit by a car in that thing. It's so low.
Well, it wouldn't be so low, but you're so freaking heavy. You make it a low rider.
I've still got a video coming on that. Just wait till the Neo shows up. While everybody's doing like one wheel and they're doing ATVs,
I'm gonna be low rider.
I'm gonna be driving the hoverfly with it flying around me. It's gonna be awesome. Don't think I'm not gonna do it.
What was it? The maximum speed for the Neo to follow was like 5.5 meters per second or 20 kilometers an hour, which is what?
Wow, that's pretty fast.
14 mile an hour or something like that.
I can only go 4, so there's no way I can outrun it. I can be harassed. Flyland 75 with the naked thing's still $430. That is so expensive. For that naked that naked 03 unit, that is just way overpriced. It's $439 on sale, the fly lens.
Too much money. The guy figured out how to pair his ELRS. So
he did?
Yeah.
Good. You gotta put your ELRS on your computer.
Yeah, so it's 12 miles an hour is the follow speed for the max follow speed for the Neo.
There'll be no speeding. All righty, there, kiddo. Hopefully, we'll find some. We'll get some information tomorrow about something new, and it takes an American company to do it first.
Well, if you haven't done so yet, hit that thumbs up, please. I appreciate it. And welcome to our new arrival, Tommy B. FPV. Hope to see you again. I see the grumpy vlogger, Lloyd, Oklahoma boy. Actually, they call it Australian League Football. Okay, well.
Aussie
Oh,
football.
Lambo is here too. Hello, Lambo.
Australian rules football.
Yeah, but we're gonna pack it up and get the heck out of here. Keep an eye. We might have to change the starting time back a little bit because Junior here has some
It
issues
just takes
getting home from work on time.
sometimes it takes me a while to get home. And it'd be nice for that few more minutes. Today I didn't have any problems. I
See,
just hustled.
the hoverfly isn't that fast. You know,
It's just slow, man. Takes a lot of time. Then I have to get every once in a while. I have to grab onto the back of a truck.
and Sunrise is working, but says hello and goodbye.
Everybody secretly wants one of those, you know. Nobody wants to admit it, but everybody secretly wants to be driving one of those.
So, all right, well. Sunrise is slaving away, and I still have a little bit of work to do, and you have a little bit of work to do, and we'll see y'all next week.
All right. Got 16
Around
thumbs
the
up,
same
man.
time, keep an eye on whatever time we decide to go with. So until then, Dad, any more words of wisdom?
Hit the thumb and don't be a bum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Happy release day coming up. At least something new. You'll see.
Yeah, it's on
At
the
least
5th.
somebody's going to be promoting something tomorrow.
on the 5th is the official release date. So day after tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, tomorrow's GoPro.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I think they've announced they put their big video out. All right. Later.
Laters.